Hello, and welcome to another update video about BTC, Bitcoin, here just on the micro level on the intraday chart. Tricky structure, so far not much happened, but Bitcoin is looking a bit like a roller coaster here on the smaller time frame. Whatever's happening up here is getting extremely messy, so be aware of that, please. That is not an easy range to trade, I would say. At the moment, we don't have a very clear structure because this white scenario that we are tracking, the wave 4 pullback is getting very, very deep. It is absolutely still valid as a wave 4 and the wave count is still valid. It's just that, as I explained in the previous video, I don't really trust it anymore. Quick explanation, what are we looking for here on our shorter time frame? The idea is currently still that a larger degree correction, a larger degree fourth wave that actually started in January, potentially completed here on the 10th of March, 11th of March. The market moved higher. In my previous update earlier today, I talked about the RSI, how it has bullish tendencies. It was oversold recently, and we had a bullish divergence. All of that indicated that we should get a decent bounce. We are looking at a decent bounce here, and the buyers are definitely still trying, but up here it's getting difficult. So what we have is obviously this initial rally and the corrective pullback. I'm labeling that as a 1-2 setup, and now we could be in a third wave. Third wave should get to at least, I would say, 91,240, maybe even a little higher. And that third wave would be an A, B, C structure. The C wave should be a 5-wave move, and we completed already waves 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe, no evidence it's complete, with a 5th wave to the upside potentially still to come. So, and that 5th wave could take us to 91, let's say 91K plus, the problem is I do not trust this structure because it's not behaving really as it should. It is still valid though. It's important that we are aware that in this scenario, we could now easily start a larger degree pullback, but not in this scenario, but in a different scenario, like still within a bullish scenario, but we could, let's say the microstructure could shift, let's say it rather like that. The probabilities for that have increased quite dramatically, given that we see deep pullbacks, choppiness, and just not the typical behavior that we would expect in this move to the upside. In the white scenario, what we are tracking is this C wave to the upside at the moment that started here on the 21st of March. We have a wave 1, we have a wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and ideally we get a fifth wave to the upside. The problem is this wave 4 is very deep. Again, it's not too deep to be a valid wave 4, but it's too deep to be a reliable wave 4. We even broke support twice, but not on a sustained basis. So there is no decisive break. Actually, the buyers turned up at the 50% retracement twice now. However, it is still too deep for a reliable wave 4. We don't want to see that normally. So yeah, and then again, we don't even see higher highs here. So that's not really a sign of strength. At least short term, it's not. So the more protracted, the more extended this gets, and especially if we get a decisive break below today's and yesterday's low, they are pretty much double bottoms here, the double bottom, it becomes more probable that a more substantial top has formed. The question is then, what would be an alternative? Now, in the white count, which I still leave on the chart for now because it's still valid, but just not, let's say, reliable anymore, in that white scenario, we would like to see one more high, right, to complete that larger degree third wave. And only if we get all 5 waves completed, so complete wave 3, then wave 4, wave 5, only then we really have a solid, let's say, 5-wave pattern. That would give us clarity, really. That would give us clarity that we've really seen a substantial low here on the 11th of March. So that choppiness here of this move up leaves a lot of room for interpretation. I already shared with you yesterday that should we get a decisive break below this last swing low that formed around 85,950, the focus will shift to the next support level, which I've highlighted here. I'll make it a solid line. That's the next support at around $83,200. This will be next support and just structural support. Below that level, we've got this swing low from the 18th of March at around 81,150. And what we're tracking here currently to the upside is, yeah, as I said, a diagonal, but it could change into a slightly different type of diagonal. So as you can see, if the wave 2 really bottomed here, then the way I'm labeling it is as A, B, and then we're moving up in wave C. Okay, but it's also possible, if we break down below support, that the A wave will shift here. I've highlighted that in orange. And then the pullback could be a B wave, but that could all happen within a still unfolding third wave. So what I want to say is, I think below the first micro support, the probabilities for upside follow through reduce, but there will still be bullish scenarios we can track, especially as long as we're holding above the red line at 83,200. But then obviously it also opens the door to a change in structure overall, right? A first break of micro support is never great. We don't then, we don't have to give up on the bullish case overall, but it means that we have to be cautious and something is changing. And then other scenarios I'm tracking, and I zoom out a little bit. Other scenarios I'm tracking are this potential triangle pattern that we discussed, where the low wasn't in or isn't in yet. The fourth wave that presumably bottomed on the 10th of March is actually still unfolding. And the triangle would be, so we have an A wave down into the low of the February low. That B wave is a triangle still unfolding, and we're doing something like A, B, C, D, E. So we could chop around in this range for quite some time. As I said, the move up is not 5 waves yet. It's a 3-wave move up. With only a 3-wave move up, that is definitely something we should be aware of. So that will make it tricky to track the microstructure. As long as we only get 3-wave movements to the upside, there is no confirmed low in place. That's why I'm saying this all the time, because there are other scenarios. I mean, triangle is one option. Of course, we could also say, hey, maybe this is an A wave, B wave, and we go down more directly. So it remains my view that it takes a 5-wave move up to confirm we've got that low in place, because others will maybe not talk so much about these alternatives, but I've seen many of these moves when people get too bullish too early. So we still have to be cautious, right? Not bearish, but just cautious until we get that 5-wave move up. Very important. So yeah, I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.